Hey, everybody. This is Liz Glogowski of the Customer Strategist Journal from T-Tech, and I'm coming to you live here on our socials because we've got some exciting news about our Customer Strategist Journal. With me today are our editorial team of Kara Rosner and Denise Power, and we're here to talk about the latest issue that has just come out, I think, in the last week or so. So, hey, ladies, how are you?
Hi, good.
Doing well.
Great. So I wanted to get this team together because we are very excited about the latest issue of the Customer Strategist Journal. It's our 18th year, our 18th issue, and we actually more than 18 years. And it's another exciting issue. And this time we are focused on kind of the state of CX. This is June, and this is kind of the midway through the year. Our team has really focused on talking about trends and other things we're seeing out in the market. So we're very excited this year to be able to have an issue that talks about the state of CX. And as you can see in this cover, there's a lot of pressure that CX leaders have when it comes to figuring out what their customer experience should be, different tools to invest in, different customer expectations to manage. So that's the cover of our issue. And before we dive into some key highlights of the issue, I did want to announce that this year we actually have a print issue. So in addition to the digital issue that you can find on customerstrategistjournal.com, you can also go to reach out to me or any of the editorial team, and you can get your print issue delivered right to your house if you'd like, or your place of business. So very exciting about that. Now, why would you want to read it then? What's in it? This is what we're here to talk about. So I'd love to reach out to Kara and Denise to just give us some highlights of some of the stories that you worked on and what you're maybe most interesting that you want to share. Kara, do you want to go with you first?
Sure. Yeah. So one article that I'm really excited about, there's so much packed into this issue. That's great. But one that I'm really excited about is our cover story. And you can see the cover here. Our cover headline is CX Under Pressure. And we're really taking a look at the fact that CX is really almost at a breaking point. You look at this cover image here, we landed on this cool cover with the fraying rope. But when we were discussing different ideas for the cover image, we discussed things like a pressure cooker that's about to blow, a ticking time bomb with the clock ticking down. So really just there's this big sense of urgency and high stakes for brands to get CX right. So instead of kind of dwelling on how, the doom and gloom of that, we're really giving brands in our cover story tips to navigate this changing CX landscape. So specifically, we're focusing on these 7 big foundational shifts that we've identified, things like agents acting on behalf of customers, or customers really prioritizing trust and safety as being paramount these days, and really trying to provide brands with a playbook for this new era where the stakes seem so much higher.
Great. Yeah, it's a great story. We really delve into a lot of issues that we're finding are top of mind for CX leaders all around every industry. So great work on that. Denise, how about you? What's some highlights that you want to share?
Yeah, sure. My pick is a profile we have on Capital One Auto and its president. And the reason for that is because my favorite interviews are always those with executives who have unusual personal interests or hobbies, like anthropology, music, fine arts, or, bonsai tree hobbyist, things like that, because they seem unrelated to the job. But when you sit down and talk to somebody, you find out that these passionate interests they have actually they inform their worldview and the strategy they take in their leadership position at companies. And I found that to be the case with the president of Capital One Auto. I learned that he, and early on, was a martial arts instructor, personal hero of his, one of them, Bruce Lee. And then I also learned that he volunteered with Mother Teresa at an orphanage in India, one of her orphanages in India, side by side, working with her as a child, as a first grader through 8th grade, he volunteered. So these things were very fascinating to me and serves as a great groundbreaker. From there, we went into an innovation lab that he founded at Capital One Auto, which is one of the nation's largest auto lenders. And this innovation lab called The Garage, They pull together hundreds of their most creative types and they just brainstorm ideas, ways that they can improve the customer experience. And I think they're just kind of given free rein to just like put it out there. And if it works, great. If not, we move on to the next thing. So they've brainstormed a lot of solutions to improve the experience of car buying, which is not my favorite thing. We all know what it's like to be led around by the nose, when you go to buy a new or a used car. The solutions they came up with put really the customer in the driver's seat for selecting their next car, perusing inventory, finding financing, setting the terms, and really just like calling the shots themselves. And it just makes for such a different experience that could be, my experiences are just not fun when you're buying a car. So anyway, it's a very vibrant workspace. I think they're going on about 11 years. So just a lot of ingenious inventions coming out, lots of patents. I don't want to put a number because I can't remember, but fascinating stuff. So that was my favorite story in the issue, the favorite one to work on.
Great. And, CX is all about people, right? So if you can get into just learning about people, and that can translate into better experiences with the company and brand. So I really love how you were able to really tie those all together. So good job with that. For me, I focused on some industry content. So for this time, I had some coverage of a recent retail event and learned a lot about agentic commerce, which is using AI in the whole shopping journey. I found it was really eye-opening. I have some coverage of that and how agentic commerce is definitely here. Right now, it's mostly in the research and consideration phase of the purchase journey, but it's coming for a lot of the actual purchasing is starting to get integrated into some AI tools. So it's really exciting. That's happening just not only in retail, but how AI is really getting more pervasive, kind of embedding itself, not as a separate entity, but just kind of into the actual journey itself. So it's a very exciting time. It's a very frustrating time and nervous time for a lot of people, which is again why we've got CX Under Pressure as our cover. So hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of AI stories as well about mixing older technology with newer technology, creating a modern data estate, and even just how some metrics need to change as AI is becoming more pervasive as well. So Karen, Denise, you guys did a wonderful job with this issue. Again, if you're interested in reading it or getting it, we have a monthly newsletter that goes along with it. Please visit customerstrategistjournal.com. You can also find it at ttech.com as well. And we hope you enjoy the issue. Again, if you're interested in a print copy, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or from Customer Strategist Journal, and I'd be happy to get you a copy. So Kara and Denise, thank you so much for some time today. Thank you, our social media audience, for watching today, and have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks.